Good evening, everybody. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey on JacksIcemen.com and ECHL.tv. Arlie Johnson with you tonight as the Icemen get set to host the first place Florida Everblades. Jacksonville coming in with a mark of 10 wins, 20 losses, 3 overtime losses, 2 shootout losses, whereas Florida, as I said, first place in the South Division, second overall in the entire ECHL. The Everblades coming in with a 26-6 1-2 record, including a victory last night in Estero, Florida against the Icemen. This is the back end of a home-and-home series. Jacksonville losing 4-2 last night against Florida in a game that was much closer than what a 2-goal final would indicate. Jacksonville led that game 2-1 going into the third period, but the Everblades responded, first place team that they are, with 3 goals in the third period, including an empty netter to seal it in the final minute of play. Starting in goal tonight for the Icemen is Austin Lotz, number 57, 5-4-1-1 on the season. Goals against average 3.21, save percentage 89.4%. On defense for Jacksonville, Chris Dines, who will be representing the team at the All-Star game on Monday in Indianapolis. Dejan Mingo is with him. Forward line has Cam Critchlow at center, Garrett Hunt on the left wing, your captain, and Tyson Fawcett, your right side winger. Puck is down. Jacksonville controls right off the jump, and we are underway. Thank you so much for being with us tonight as the Icemen host the Florida Everblades. Jacksonville tries to pass back to the point in the offensive end, but it ends up going all the way back behind their own net. Dines takes a hit to whip it around the end boards and feed it back to the Florida Blue. In control there for the Everblades is Joe Cox. Cox over the blue line to the left side for McCauley. Broken up by Dines towards the blue line, held in. Shot is deflected into the corner by Fawcett. Garrett Hunt taps it ahead for Critchlow. 2-on-2 moving forward the Icemen. Critchlow with a bomb and a save made by Willett. He struggled with that puck. He didn't know where the loose puck was. Made the save with the pad, and it just kind of rattled around between his legs for a little bit, but all is well for him, and it'll be a face-off ultimately in the Everblade end. As you see the long-range slapper from Cam Critchlow on ECHL.tv. Opening minute of play. And the Icemen have earned an offensive zone draw. Line change for both clubs here. Brendan Collier at center with Tanner Eberle and Elgin Pierce. Florida wins the draw, but Jacksonville gets the steal. Shot by Collier goes well wide at a sharp angle. All the way to the blue line, held in by Daly. His wrist shot is deflected behind the net. Florida looks to clear. Savage pinches in to hold it in the zone. Centering pass by Savage. Knocked away by Florida. Savage trying to get back defensively as Florida gets it to center ice. Big hit on the play as Eberle gets taken down. Wrist shot by the Everblades and a save by Austin Lotz. As Florida took it into the zone, and Eberle, who was covering for Savage, got his body in the way, but he took a tumble in the process. So one long-range shot for each team here. And the face-off will be to the right side of Jacksonville netminder Austin Lotz. Lotz has been out for the last couple of games, nursing a bit of an injury, but back to go tonight. Colton Finney played yesterday for Jacksonville, played exceptionally well, ultimately in a losing effort, however. Icemen win the draw. Josh Erickson will get it to the blue line of Florida before backhanding in. Everblades skate right back out with it. It is Bomer avoiding a hit from Erickson as he clears into the zone. Lotz plays it high off the glass. It goes out of play. And the draw will come back into the Jacksonville zone. Jacksonville without Jamie Phillips, coming off a victory on Wednesday night against the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Called back up to the American Hockey League again. We're happy to see Jamie go up to the American Hockey League, back to the Manitoba Moose. But it sure would be nice to have him here as well. More quick line changes for Jacksonville. This is already their third line change in a minute and a half. The starting unit comes on with Critchlow, Hunt, and Fawcett. Icemen control. It's Travis Jake, left-handed shot. Feeds for Fawcett, who tries to receive the pass. It was behind his back. Florida ultimately intercepts it at center ice, drives it right back in. The Icemen clear it out. The Everblades back in. Back and forth we go. Delayed offside is waved off, so we'll play on here. Icemen control behind their own net. It's Kyle Shapiro with it for Jacksonville. To the left side, finds an open Cam Critchlow. Critchlow gains the blue line before forehanding into the zone. Trying to clear away is Nelson Armstrong for the Everblades. Pass is deflected by Jacksonville. A shot by Hunt, blocks in front. Fawcett couldn't get the rebound home. It ended up right in front of the crease. Fawcett got his stick on it, but couldn't turn and put it on net. Everblades in transition. Armstrong with a wrister. That gets deflected wide. Florida still in possession of the puck. Poke check by Jacksonville. Not out yet. Long range shot goes wide to the short side. Off the end boards, it's Chris Dines for Brendan Collier. He'll stick handle through the neutral zone. Getting it to the Florida line, but that's it. Not the Florida-Georgia line, just the Florida line for all you fans out there. Loose puck comes out of play. We'll have a stoppage in the action. 17:20 to go in the first. We are scoreless. One shot per team. And the faceoff is going to come in the Everblades zone. Brendan Collier still sporting a full face shield. Suffered a broken jaw in practice a month ago. Missed 10 games. But he's been back for a few games now. Had a goal last night, a power play goal for the Icemen. One of two power play goals last night for Jacksonville, as both their goals were with the man advantage. Stephen McCauley tossed out of the draw for the Everblades. So Joe Cox is going to have to take it instead, and Collier wins it cleanly to Dines at the left point. Dines into the corner. Eberle lets it go behind the net. Pierce can't quite get to the puck as Eberle loses his stick. That, in part, allows the Everblades to get through center ice, and McCauley will redirect into the zone. Mingo in a collision with Stephen Lawrence. Puck goes back behind the Jacksonville net. Mingo plays it further behind the cage for Dines. He'll whip it around the wall. McKenzie looks to hold in at the blue line with the help of McCauley. They hold it in briefly, but the loose puck comes to the Icemen. It's Eberle through center ice to the right side for Pierce. Can't clear it in yet. It's bottled up right at the red line. Poke check by Jacksonville. Florida gets it back. Now the referee is there. He got a stick right up high in the face. He is okay. Your referee tonight is Andrew Wilk. None the worse for wear after that. And here's Florida with a centering pass. McCauley taps it wide on the centering feed. Pierce tries to chop it out on the forehand. Florida again holds it in. Wing-to-wing pass for Cox. Shot, skate save made by Lotz with McCauley in front. Couldn't redirect it home. Jacksonville will clear out. Icing waved off here, saying that Florida could have touched the puck, but we have a penalty coming, and I think it's going to be on the Everblades. Lawrence is the one who is arguing about it, but it's going to be a roughing call against Florida. So Jacksonville gets the first power play of the night with 16:13 to go in period number one. Draw will be in Florida territory. Jacksonville, with their two power play goals yesterday, still struggling on the man advantage, but not yesterday. 27th in the league, 9.7% power play. Florida's penalty kill, third overall in the league at 86.3%. But those numbers did not tell the story last night, as the Icemen had both their goals with the man advantage. Looking for another one here as they control the draw. Daly, center point to the right side for Clark. Back to the line for Daly. Wrist shot and a screen. Glove save by their netminder, Marty Willett. And we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Icemen. Plenty of time on this power play. Jacksonville has Collier, Clark, and Critchlow up front, so head coach Jason Christie mixing the lines up for the power play. Point men are Tim Daly at the far side glass, along with Scott Savage. Puck is down. Goes right to Collier. Couldn't quite get the stick to it. Right in front of the crease as well. Gets poked into the corner. Comes all the way to the blue line for Daly. Still in the zone. Daly fakes the shot. Goes to the circle for Clark. His wrister goes wide. Back to Savage. Then to Collier, who turns on a man. Gets up on his feet after being spilled briefly. Stick handling into the left wing corner. Off the boards, angling it for Savage at the left point. Right side, it's Daly. Wrist shot is deflected into the corner. Florida first on the puck, but it's stolen by Collier. Cuts towards net, can't get the forehand away. It's stolen by the Everblades and cleared out to center ice. Daly knocked it out of midair. Now Florida looks for a steal, and they will get it. Skating back to center ice is Justin Kia. He's going to kill some more time. At his own blue line now is Kia. Long pass ahead. Connects with Quentin Shore, who was the hero last night for Florida. Shore had a hat trick last night, including the empty netter to seal it. only came into the game yesterday with 4 goals. Now up to 7 just like that. Jacksonville through center ice, still 38 seconds to go on the power play. They get it to the Everblade line, but that's it. It's stolen and cleared back by Florida. Let's go Icemen, the chant here from the crowd. A great crowd tonight at that. Mingo clears in. Willett plays it around the glass, bouncing towards the line. Still in the zone. Pierce holds it in. Tries to tap it to the blue line for Eberle. For Pierce again. Bottled up along the far side wall. At the blue line, not able to hold it in is Dejan Mingo. He couldn't get there in time. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Mingo at his own blue. Skating through center ice. He is onside. Tries to go wide on his defender. Takes it into the corner. Tapping it for Pierce as teams return to full strength. Florida kills off their first penalty. And the Everblades will now backhand it out back into the Jacksonville zone. 14:02 to go in the first period. 0-0 your score early on in the first period. Dines behind his net for Jacksonville. Long pass off the boards. Goes by everybody. This could be icing, but Hunt's going to wave it off, forcing Willett to play it. Willett stick handles himself to center ice. Jacksonville looks for a steal. Hunt lost his stick on the play. Back in the Florida zone as the Everblades get it to the blue line and keep it in. 2-on-1 in deep. McCauley walks in. Denied by Lotz. Rebound cleared into the corner by Jacksonville. Huge save there for Austin Lotz. I think he got it with the right pad as Critchlow skates through center ice. By himself for now, but finds a trailer in Savage. Back for Critchlow. Tries to center from behind the net. Tipped away by McCauley. Defensively, he was there. Critchlow tries to keep it in. Hunt with a big hit. And a man goes down in the corner. A helmet comes off from, looks like Camras, as he was the one who took the hit from Hunt. As Jacksonville plays it out through center ice. 3-on-2 if they hustle. Erickson over the blue line. Slap shot is deflected wide. Jacksonville needs a line change. Erickson had just come on the ice, but the two guys he had the odd man rush with were both gassed from their long shift. The Icemen get it back in their own territory. It's Savage ahead for Garrett Klotz. Big collision between Klotz and Wesley as the Everblades collect in their own zone. Josh Wesley to the near side. It goes by Shore back into the Jacksonville end. No icing here. Travis Jake with one hand on the stick sweeps it up and out. Klotz and Wesley in a foot race. Wesley will win that race. A couple of big plotters out there on the ice as Florida looks to clear. Not yet. Jake at the blue line holds it in. Puck goes off the glass. Are they going to call it out of play? They will, as Everett Clark stares an Everblade player down. We will have a media timeout here. We are 0-0 with 12:21 to go in the first period of play. Tonight's game brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 30th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada and Sutton Special Risk, sponsor of the 2018 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; the Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL; Sherwood Hockey, the official puck provider; Sports Tape, the official sports tape provider; Warrior, the official performance sportswear provider; SweatX, the official laundry detergent and odor eliminator of the ECHL; and the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live league action by logging on to ECHL.tv, and be sure to download the ECHL mobile app for Android and Apple handheld devices. Arlie Johnson with you here from the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. Jacksonville looking to split this home-and-home series with Florida. Face-off will be in the Everblade zone to the right side of their goaltender. Marty Willett, by the way, second overall in the league with a goals against average of 2.15. And he's 1/100th away from being the league leader. He is their all-star. Florida's so good on both sides of the ice. 6th overall in goals scored, 3.5 a game. First in the league in goals against at 2.46. They average more than 1 goal per game, more than they allow. That's going to win you a ton of hockey games. Puck is down. Florida immediately takes it into the Jacksonville zone. Trying to clear out is Travis Jake. Licks it ahead for Eberle. He's got Collier with him. Possible 2-on-1. Flip pass for Collier, who can't handle the pass. It was a good-looking feed there from Eberle. Collier got hit up high. No call there as the Everblades do skate out to center. To the right side, it's Ganley over the blue line. A converted defenseman, and he loses it. 2-on-1, Jacksonville in transition. Pierce with Collier. Pierce, wrist shot, goes over the crossbar. Comes all the way to the right point. Shot on goal by Mingo. Save is made easily with the stick by Willette, and he will take the face-off. It was well defended by Florida on the 2-on-1. I think Pierce had no choice but to shoot. The passing lane was covered up, and he just airmailed it over the crossbar. Shots on goal early on, 3-2 for the Everblades. Jacksonville this year against Florida, 0-5-0-1 in the 6 games. 5 of the 6 games have been in Florida. Only 1 game before this one has been here in Jacksonville. They play 14 times total, just Jacksonville's luck that they get the best team in the league 14 times this year, and 8 of them are away from home. You'll see the Everblades quite a bit in the second half of the season, though, here at Jacksonville. Puck is down. Everblades control the draw. On the right side, it's Matt McKenzie all the way into the Jacksonville zone. No icing here. Lotz leaves it for Mingo. Off the wall for Fawcett. Turns to his forehand, feeds it for Hunt. Hunt, short chip into the zone, shoveling it into the right wing corner. Taking the body there is Critchlow as Jacksonville gets the steal. Florida gets it right back, playing it off glass. Starting a 3-man rush is Joe Cox. Cox over the blue line, passes deflected, loose in the slot. It goes right to Lawrence. His shot saved by Lotz from in tight. Jacksonville looking to clear. They can't do it yet. Cox to the blue line. Wrist shot and a screen. It goes wide. Whistling that wrister was Keegan Kanzig. Jacksonville does get it out to center this time. Kanzig takes a hit from Fawcett in a big size mismatch there. Kanzig 6'6", Fawcett 5'7" on a good day. Jacksonville into the zone. Now here comes Jacksonville's 6'6" forward. Garrett Klotz forechecking, but the Everblades get it out. Hodgson over the blue line to the right circle. Closes, fires, save made, rebound cleared into the corner by Erickson. Good looking shot there by Hodgson, but Austin Lotz appears to be on his game tonight for Jacksonville between the pipes. The Icemen look to clear, bouncing puck at the blue line. They do get it out of the zone, and now they control with Travis Jake. To the right side for Kyle Shapiro. Shapiro forehands in. Willette unable to stop it behind the net. Comes around the wall. Florida still in control. Collier looks for the steal. Tipped away by the Everblades. Quentin Shore. Wrist shot right into the midsection of Lotz. No rebound given by Austin Lotz, and the draw will come to his left. We are 1 second past the midway point of period number 1. Still 0-0. This is the last home game for about 11 days for Jacksonville. They're going on a 4-game road trip starting tomorrow afternoon. They're in South Carolina tomorrow. And then this upcoming week, it'll be a New England winter for the Icemen, at least for 1 week. Wednesday night in Worcester, Massachusetts. Friday and Saturday night in Manchester, New Hampshire. So Wednesday night at the Worcester Railers, Friday and Saturday at the Manchester Monarchs. On ECHL.TV, they're now going through the hometown hero. Fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV as well in case you're not watching. They're the live streaming destination for the 2017-18 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC and mobile devices, as well as on Apple TV, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action. Home or road. Even if I'm not traveling with the team, which I'm not, which is unfortunate, but you can still catch the Icemen on ECHL.TV. Draws in Jacksonville territory, goes behind their net. Tim Daly gets it on the forehand side with the help of Elgin Pierce. They move it to center. Everblades take over from there. Leading the rush for Florida is Nelson Armstrong. Clears in. Lotz leaves it for Savage. Forehands it around the wall for Pierce again. Turns and skates up ice with it. Chipping it off the boards for Eberle with some speed. Gets by Armstrong. Backhander save made by Willette. Juicy rebound in the slot, but there was nobody there for Jacksonville to get it. Instead, it's Florida getting it into Jacksonville territory. Justin Kia takes a hit as Savage takes the body on him. To the far side wall, Brendan Collier. He takes a hit as well to try and keep the puck away from Kia. Taps it loose for Elgin Pierce. Through center ice is Pierce. Gets to center. Over the blue line. A poke check there by Florida. Pierce gets it right back. Tapping it for Daly. Tim Daly, high flip to the Florida line. Just onto the ice is Cam Critchlow. With the help of Pierce, they'll clear in. Pierce heads to the bench for a line change. It's now Critchlow, Hunt, and Fawcett, the forwards. Florida through center ice. Cox is over the blue line. Tries to split a pair of defensemen. Gets a shot towards goal that is well wide. Critchlow tries to clear it away with the help of Mingo. They have possession. Cross ice pass, tape to Garrett Hunt. Hunt tries to step around his man and does. Into the corner to the right of Willette. Centering feed right through the slot. Nobody there. He comes to the blue line for Mingo. Center point now, Mingo with a drive. Save is made. Rebound for Hunt behind the net. Tapped away by Florida. Fawcett helps out, trying to move it to the blue line for Chris Dines. Shot towards goal, deflected. Save is made. Rebound is covered. Garrett Hunt got the redirection, but Marty Willette got it underneath his right pad, and Garrett Hunt wants a piece of somebody. He got hit well after the whistle. Not sure who he wants just yet. My guess is he wants Clark Seymour. I think he's the one who pushed him out of the crease. But Jacksonville that close to taking a 1-0 lead. Draw will be in Florida territory. No penalties here. Tight game thus far. Jacksonville, as they have all season long with Florida, skating stride for stride with them. So the draw will be to the left side of Marty Willette. As we look at the replay on ECHL.TV, a soft wrist shot by Dines, but the deflection by Hunt was on point. Tried to go 5-hole on Willette. It was Kanzig who hit Hunt after the whistle. And where's the fight? It's Garrett Klotz up against Keegan Kanzig, a pair of number 5s in a heavyweight bout. Kanzig against Klotz. Love to see this. 6'6", 245 against 6'6", 250. This might be the heaviest heavyweight battle of the year in the ECHL. Klotz with a right, getting it on Kanzig. Kanzig tries to come back. Klotz holding him up. Neither can really get a shot away. Klotz holding up Kanzig's right arm. Still both trying to get a good shot out. Klotz gets his right arm free. Kanzig misses on a right. Klotz tries to come back with his own. They both have each other tied up. Right now just a wrestling match. Klotz does not want this fight to end. I could see him shake his head no from here. Klotz still trying to get his right arm free. Neither can get a shot. Klotz tries the left. Gets a bit of a jab. Now Klotz hits his right arm free. Still trying to get that shot towards him. Goes to the left hand with Klotz. Right hand from Klotz. Another right from Klotz. Another right from Klotz to the back of the head of Keegan Kanzig. Klotz still wants more. Still going at him. They must be exhausted, but they still are going. Finally, they skate away. They don't even need the linesman to tear him apart. Klotz with his arms up in the air. Crowd is going bananas. What a matchup. Almost dead even in height and weight. A pair of 6'6" players going at it. And I'll tell you what, those two know how to fight, you can tell, because neither of them could get their arms free to get any shots at the other opponent until the very end when Klotz was able to get a couple landing on the back of the head of Keegan Kanzig. But this definitely has this crowd fired up. Fans all the way to the top row tonight. We're expecting well over 7,000 people tonight. Does not affect manpower on the ice. Will stay 5 aside, draw Florida territory. Everblades win it. It's Matt McKenzie, right wing side, with some speed, accelerating through center ice. To the left, over the blue line, offside is going to be Quentin Shore. So the draw will come outside the Jacksonville blue. Up front for Jacksonville, Brendan Collier with Tyson Fawcett and Josh Erickson. Erickson's been a nice find for Jacksonville. 3 goals and an assist for them in 8 games now, including an overtime game winner in Norfolk, Virginia. Jacksonville clears into the zone. Could be icing. They're going to say it is icing. It appeared that Erickson was going to beat Matt McKenzie to the puck, but it was too close to call, and the officials are going to always give it to the defending team in an icing situation there, unless it's a clear-cut win to the puck for the offensive team. So back into the Jacksonville zone we go. The Icemen now out shooting Florida 6-5. Still scoreless, though, with 7:52 to go in the first. A pair of sevens do battle on the draw. Brendan Collier for Jacksonville wins it for Travis Jake. Pokes it ahead for Collier. Odd man rush for the Icemen if they hustle. Collier to the left side for Erickson. He'll track it down in the corner. Taken down by McKenzie. Stolen back by Collier. Around the boards we go. Florida looks to clear. Jake holds it in. Backhander towards net. Willette's not going to take any chances. He's just going to take a face-off on a soft backhander by Travis Jake. So back into the Florida end we go. Each team changing lines here. I like this forward line for the Icemen of Cam Critchlow, Elgin Pierce, and Garrett Hunt. A lot of grit and some offensive ability out there, too. Critchlow will take the draw against Justin Kia, trying to win it back to Tim Daly at the right point. Scott Savage also on the ice for Jacksonville. It's the Everblades controlling, trying to clear out. Getting a piece of it is Critchlow. With the help of Garrett Hunt, they hold it in for Elgin Pierce. Pierce with a shot. Save is made by Willette. Rebound into the slot. Bouncing puck eventually cleared away by the Everblades. Kia on his backhand. Skates through center ice. Big player. Florida is a big team. Weaving in and out of traffic, but ultimately an offside is called against Florida. Florida's got a ton of guys over 6 feet tall. In fact, if you're looking at their roster, I see exactly 2 players under 6 feet tall. And that's not just with the active roster that's on the ice. That is their entire roster, including injured reserve, including guys that aren't playing tonight. It includes their goaltenders, for that matter. They're all just Amazons. On Jacksonville's side, entirely different story. Jacksonville clears into the Florida end. Willette will play it. It goes off a skate right back into the slot. But Eberle had already skated by the area. It was a near disaster. Still, Jacksonville gets another steal. Eberle with a wrister. It is deflected out of play. Florida's been a little careless with the puck in their own defensive zone tonight. Jacksonville has not capitalized yet, but they will look to do that and hopefully create a couple more foolish turnovers from Florida. Everett Clark on this faceoff for Jacksonville. He's got Eberle and Fawcett flanking him. McCauley for Florida takes the draw, wins it, and back come the Everblades. McCauley himself to the left side. Over the blue line as Lawrence tries to cut in towards goal. Swept away by Jacksonville as the net comes off of its pegs. There's a Jacksonville player inside his net doing a great job of back checking. He may be hurt. He is. He's still down. Can't tell who it is yet. Dylan Harrington, Jacksonville's trainer, comes running out onto the ice. I believe it's Daly. No, it might be Dejan Mingo. Daly's on the bench right now. But he went crashing hard into the net behind Austin Lotz. So Dylan Harrington still looking at him and tending to him right in his crease. As soon as I get confirmation on who it is, I'll let you know, but I am blocked from where I stand. It is Dejan Mingo. Appears to be pretty shaken up there, but he is up on his feet, skating under his own power, minus his helmet right now. Dylan Harrington, the team trainer, has a smile on his face. Hopefully that means good news for Jacksonville, and we'll see if Dejan Mingo steps back out onto the ice soon. Tough-nosed player, Dejan Mingo. He's going to head to the locker room for now, and we'll monitor his availability. See if he comes back quickly. Draw is going to be in Jacksonville territory, left side of Austin Lotz. Critchlow against Stephen McCauley on this face-off. And the Icemen control it. Savage immediately through center ice, wing to wing. Good pass for Erickson, taking it over the blue line. Long wrister, glove save by Willett. No rebound, and one defensive zone draw becomes an offensive zone face-off in about 10 seconds. Jacksonville mixing things up a little bit with Josh Erickson now coming on the ice with Critchlow and Hunt. Critchlow will try and win the draw to Daly at the right point. Florida controls it, however. Armstrong around the wall. Lorentz chips it high into the air, looking for Cox onside as Cox takes it over the blue line and onside. Now it's Florida with numbers. Wrist shot deflected by Daly, who I think got a stick in the face on the follow-through from Steven Lorentz. It's a great defensive play by Daly because Lorentz was 30 feet away, right between the hash marks in the slot. But Daly got his stick in the shooting lane and redirected that shot over the glass and out of play. Almost positive the stick of Lorentz went straight up Daly's stick into his face. He is okay. It's going to be a draw in Jacksonville territory. Quick line change for Jason Christie's group. And it's Collier winning this one cleanly for Travis Jake. Lead pass deflects to Eberle over the blue line. Collier going towards net is Fawcett, but Eberle can't get the pass to him. Gets it towards the blue line, but it's picked off there by Florida. Hodgson skates into the zone. Jake gets a body on him. Shore keeps it in behind the Jacksonville net. Around the wall we go for Hodgson. On his backhand, Shapiro first on the puck behind the Jacksonville cage. Trying to tap it loose. Getting it free for Collier, then for Eberle. 3-on-2 for the Icemen. Collier to the right side for Fawcett. Offside is going to be called. I think it was Collier himself who was offside just after he made that pass. Crowd doesn't like the call, but it's going to have to stand. 5:48 to go in the first period. Still no score. Looking at some of the statistics going into this game, if you're the Icemen, I mean, this is going to be true of any game, but especially so against Florida. Florida, I already told you their record, first overall in the South Division, 26 wins, only 6 losses in regulation. It gets that much worse when Florida is ahead or even just tied after one period of play. Florida win leading or tied after one period of play. 21-1-1 is their record. You really want to get the lead on this team early. That's basically the only shot that you've got. And unless you buck the trend of what those numbers say, Florida win trailing after one, only 5-5. So if Jacksonville can find a way to score here in the first period, take this lead into the locker room, that would be very beneficial to them. And by no means does a lead mean that you're going to win the game either. Florida showed that to the Icemen just last night as Jacksonville led 2-1 going into the third period, only to see Florida score 3 unanswered to win the game. Jacksonville controls this face-off at center ice. Chris Dines slapping it in. First on the puck are the Everblades. Up the left side is Zach Camras getting it to the red line. Jacksonville wrists it right back in, high off the short glass. Florida takes it behind their own net. Camras again, just chipping it out to center. Mingo is back out on the ice. Great to see him there as Eberle takes it over the blue line. Chasing it down in the left wing corner to the right of Willett. Gives it up there to Florida. It's McKenzie on his backhand. Feeding it to number 13. That is Keegan Bruce. Stolen by Jacksonville, but unable to possess the puck there is Tyson Fawcett. He just blocked that pass. Everblades get it right back. Bruce through center ice. Backhand feed. Taking the body there is Mingo on Hodgson as Dines plays it around the end boards for Erickson. Erickson for Everett Clark. Can't clear yet, but Jacksonville still has possession. It's Dines back behind his own net as Florida completes a line change. 4:47 to go in the first. 0-0 is your score. Lead pass from Dines goes by everybody. This is going to be icing against Jacksonville. Jacksonville still out shooting Florida by a 7-5 count. Faceoff will come to Austin Lotz's left side. Everett Clark taking this draw for Jacksonville. Josh Erickson and Elgin Pierce are in the slot. You can see Jason Christie already juggling lines some as the Everblades win the draw. Slap shot from the point, deflects behind the net. Centering pass from Florida, one-timer, score. Everblades take the 1-0 lead. Tyler Ganley gets the goal. Ganley, who is a converted defenseman, being forced to play up front for Florida because they're just short with forwards. They've lost a couple of players to the American Hockey League, and he's filling in quite nicely, especially right there as the Everblades take a 1-0 lead. Ganley all alone beating Austin Lotz to the stick side, 25 feet away in the slot, and he made no mistake. His 4th goal of the season at 15:27. So Jacksonville now in a deficit here. Brett Bulmer and Josh Wesley will assist on that goal. As Ganley gets the goal, Jacksonville gets the puck at the red line. Forehand toss into the zone by Garrett Hunt, who takes the body. See if Jacksonville starts playing a little more physical right now also. Everblades clear into the Jacksonville zone. It will be offside. And the draw will come into the neutral zone. So 1-0 Everblades now on the goal from Tyler Ganley. A one-timer from 25 feet away right in the slot. Austin Lotz had zero chance. The pass from Bulmer from behind the net. I think there were 2 men defending Bulmer, but he was still able to get the pass through both of them to an unmarked Ganley. Everblades win this face-off. It's Seymour in his own zone. Erickson forechecks. Seymour loses it to Fawcett and then to Erickson over the blue line. Stopping at the blue line. Cross-ice pass picked off by Florida. Not cleared yet. Travis Jake steps in to hold it into the zone. Florida gets it right back. They'll play it to Joe Cox and out to center ice. Cox over the blue line for Lorentz. Centering feed deflects on goal, and Watts is forced to make a save. A tricky one at that. Everblades get it right back to the blue line for Seymour. Slapshot is blocked by Erickson. Held in by Florida for now. Jacksonville gets it back. Erickson skates to center ice with it. Lorentz takes the body on him. Another man takes the body. That's Seymour taking the body on Erickson. And Florida gets over the blue line. It's Cox on his forehand side. Tipped away by Jake. Jake takes the body. Good defensive play there from Travis Jake. And he will ultimately take possession of the puck and skate it behind his own cage. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Jacksonville trailing 1-0. Tanner Eberle, who had a goal last night for Jacksonville. Into the Florida end, right back out from the Everblades. Chris Dines will clear in. Delayed offside is waved off here as Garrett Hunt goes into forecheck. He'll stop between the hash marks as Zach Camras takes over for Florida. Camras at his own blue line. Passes behind Shore, allowing Eberle to look to clear. Stolen by Shore for now. Mingo steps in, tries to clear it ahead, gets it free for Critchlow. Critchlow all by himself for now. Over the blue line, no further than that. Jacksonville with a near steal, but the Everblades get it right back. Shore to the right side for McKenzie. Over the blue line is McKenzie. Going wide on Dines, centering pass. Goes wide for Shore. Shore back behind the net now takes over. Dines defends on him. The referee looking for a holding call, but he does not raise the hand as Jacksonville steals the puck. Pierce tries to self-pass it to himself. Gets it into the Florida zone. Everblades first on it, though. Collier comes into forecheck as Florida gets it wing to wing and out to center. McKenzie takes a hit as Savage takes over at his own line for Jacksonville. A long slap around from Savage. All the way around to the right point where it's held in by the Icemen. But the pass back to Daly eludes him and comes back into the Jacksonville zone. 90 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game. Icemen trailing by 1. Jacksonville takes it over the Florida line. Pierce taps at it. Florida gets it back. It's Wesley in control. To the right wing for Bulmer. Bulmer gains the line onside. Wrist shot is deflected behind the net. Daly first on it there for Jacksonville, leaving it for Collier. Collier dekes around Bulmer, feeds it for Erickson on the backhand, comes to Pierce on the left wing side. Jacksonville needs a line change. They will clear in as we hit the final minute of play of period number 1. Wesley out to center. Off the boards for Lawrence. Continuing it on into the corner. Justin Kia takes a hit from Tyson Fawcett. Kia tries the opposite wing. Kyle Shapiro is going to be first on the puck. Cox holds it in for Florida. 2-on-2 battle along the near side wall. Cox digs it free and behind the net. Jacksonville first on the puck. Chris Dines for the Icemen. Ahead for Eberle. Caught in his skates. Everblades have it again. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Lead pass for Florida. Logan Rowe gets it into the Jacksonville zone. Dines on the backhand. Feeds it for Shapiro. Then for Eberle. Odd man rush with 12 seconds to go. Over the blue line is Fawcett trying to go wide on Armstrong. Armstrong takes him into the wall. Puck comes free. McCauley looks to clear. Taps it away for Cox. Cox will play it out of the zone, and that will do it. First period of play is in the books. Jacksonville is trailing by a goal. 1-0 is your score. Florida gets their goal from Tyler Ganley, his 4th of the year, assisting Brett Bulmer along with Josh Wesley at 15:27 of period number 1. Shots on goal in the first. Jacksonville has 7. Florida has 6. Jacksonville playing step for step with the first place Everblades, but it's Florida who has the goal and the 1-0 advantage. We'll take a break and return with about 5 minutes remaining in this intermission. We'll give you the ECHL out-of-town scoreboard and tell you what's ahead for the Icemen as well as they get ready for a 4-game road trip following tonight's game. 1-0 after 1, the Icemen trailing the Everblades. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on JacksIcemen.com and ECHL.tv. Back at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena, Arlie Johnson with you on ECHL.TV and JacksIcemen.com. It is a 1-0 hockey game after one period. The Florida Everblades have the lead over the Icemen. On the goal from Tyler Ganley. It's his 4th goal of the season. He scored all of them in just the last handful of games. Normally a defenseman, but Florida shorthanded up front. They've moved him up front, and he is replied. 4 goals for Ganley now with his one tonight. Brett Bulmer and Josh Wesley assisting at 15:27 of the first period. Shots on goal, 7-6 in favor of Jacksonville. Just one power play in that first period. Jacksonville had it. They did not convert. There was one fight as well, and what a fight it was. Not so much in terms of the punches being thrown, because defensively speaking, they fought defensively very well, but in terms of just the size matchup, doesn't get any better than 6'6" Garrett Klotz against 6'6" Keegan Kanzig. Klotz 250 pounds, Kanzig 245. Watching the two of them go at it was quite the sight. Klotz did get a few shots in at the very, very end. It was in a very long fight. At one point, you could even see Garrett Klotz shaking his head. No, do not stop this fight, whatever you do. The linesmen never did separate. The players decided when that fight was over, which was highly refreshing. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard across the ECHL, heavy slate of games, as always, around the ECHL tonight. Full 13 games this evening. Looking at some South Division matchups. It's the South Carolina Stingrays hosting the Orlando Solar Bears. Orlando has the lead in Charleston right now. It's 2-1. That is late in the second period of play. From Atlanta, the Atlanta Gladiators have a 4-1 lead over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. That is midway through the second period. The only other South Division team in action, all South Division teams are in action tonight. It's the Norfolk Admirals. They are playing an out-of-division matchup. They're in Wheeling, West Virginia this evening, and it's the Admirals who have the lead at the Nailers. Norfolk leads 2-1. That's with 3 minutes remaining in period number 2. Other scores around the league. It's a final now in Manchester, New Hampshire, where the Manchester Monarchs have defeated the Worcester Railers. Those two cities about an hour and a half apart. Natural rivals there, but Manchester gets the victory. The Adirondack Thunder from up in Glens Falls, New York, they have a 2-0 lead over the Reading Royals, Reading, Pennsylvania. That is after the first period of play. The Toledo Walleye at home, 4-1 lead. That's midway through the second period over the Kansas City Mavericks. That is a Central Division matchup. Brampton is hosting the Fort Wayne Comets tonight, so Fort Wayne going into the North Division's Brampton Beast. And it is Brampton with the lead. That's 1-0 midway through the second period of that contest. Another Central Division matchup, or excuse me, a Mountain Division matchup. The Wichita Thunder hosting the Utah Grizzlies. It's the Grizzlies who have the lead there, 1-0. That would be an upset if Utah gets that victory. Wichita in second place in the Mountain Division at 22-12. The Tulsa Oilers are hosting the Allen Americans, but Allen is all over them right now. The Americans with a 3-0 lead. They're not even done with the first period of play just yet, so Allen on the road has a big lead. From Quad City, that is Moline, Illinois in this case. The Quad City Mallards have a 1-1 game with the Indy Fuel. Indy hosting the All-Star game in just a couple days. That's in the final minute of the first period there. Two other games tonight that have not started yet. Best team in the ECHL is the Colorado Eagles. They are 27 wins, 5 losses, 4 overtime losses. The Eagles will be hosting the Rapid City Rush. That game is at 7:05 local time for them, 9:05 for us here in the East. And also a 7:10 start. The Idaho Steelheads are hosting the Kalamazoo Wings. Those games have not yet begun. Looking at a few replays right now on ECHL.TV. Austin Lotz only faced 6 shots, but several of them were labeled. He made a couple of key saves. This is Jacksonville's best chance here, as Garrett Hunt got the deflection and nearly got it through the wickets of Marty Willett. But Willett was able to trap it underneath the pad, and Florida ultimately gets the goal from Tyler Ganley fairly late in that first period. Less than 5 minutes to go in the frame. Both teams are back out onto the ice. Jacksonville will be skating from my left to my right in this second period. Florida in their road green jerseys, sort of a Kelly green with blue trim and white numbers, blue pants as well. They'll be going from my right to my left. Critchlow against McCauley on the draw. Middle stanza is underway. Everblades control. Thanks again for being with us tonight on JacksIcemen.com and ECHL.tv. Arlie Johnson with you as the Icemen trail 1-0 entering this second period. Jacksonville clears into the Florida end. Critchlow takes the body, but Florida takes the puck. Flip pass up the right side for McCauley. Spins on Fawcett, moves it ahead and over the blue line and onside. 3-on-2. Wrist shot. Lotz got a piece of it on the short side. Everblades holding it at the right point. Slap shot and another save by Lotz. No rebound this time. And the draw will come to his left side. Team starting the second period at full strength. The fight from Garrett Klotz and Keegan Kanzig. Those 5 minutes are over, so they are both back on their respective benches. In fact, Klotz climbs over the dasher right now. He'll take to the ice. Klotz on there with Everett Clark and Josh Erickson. Chris Dines and Kyle Shapiro, the defenseman. Puck goes along the far side wall. Erickson slaps it off the boards and out. It's going to be an immediate icing call, and we'll come right back into the zone. So we'll try it all over again. Still in the opening minute of play in the second period.
Hey fans, at this time, please welcome the Jacksonville University women's lacrosse team. These fine young ladies are the reigning Atlantic
For Florida, it's Justin Kia on this face-off. Jacksonville wins it. They clear it to center ice again. Erickson looks for the steal. They get it. 2-on-1 with Klotz. Klotz for Erickson. Could not get the shot away. It was on his backhand side. Jacksonville just plays it into the corner instead. Chris Dines trying to knock it loose for Klotz, but Kia beats him to him by a step. Dines gets another steal, but cannot handle it. Florida dumping it back in. Foot race for the puck. Clark against Bulmer. Clark wins that race. Bulmer right on his tail as Clark takes it on the backhand. Chipping it off the short glass and out. Puck is loose on the near side wall, right at the Everblade bench. The Icemen get control. Klotz on the backhand will clear in. Line change on the fly for the Icemen. Elgin Pierce moves into forecheck as Florida slams it around the wall. No icing here. Comes all the way around the wall back to the Florida blue line, and we've got a whistle. What's the call going to be? Not sure what this call is going to be just yet, or if there is one at all. Maybe the puck went out of play. That's a possibility. It was right along the benches. Too many men on the ice. That's a possibility too. I think it's going to be on Florida. The Everblades are going into the penalty box, that's for sure. I believe it's for too many men. It is a power play for Jacksonville, their second of the night. The Everblades have not had a power play yet. And it's a good thing because Florida's power play is pretty good. Their specialty teams in general are excellent. Top 8 in both categories for Florida. So Jacksonville with the man advantage looking to even the score. It's Travis Jake at the right point for Eberle. Walking in is Dines. Wines fires. It's just wide. It's going to go all the way back into the Jacksonville end on the wide shot and behind the Jacksonville net. It is too many men on the ice for the Everblades, so a bench minor. Jacksonville has the puck in their own territory. Dines for Fawcett for Jake. Snapshot around the wall. Willette cannot block it behind the net. McCauley looks to clear for Florida. Kanzig is there as well. Fawcett for Jacksonville with Pierce. Comes to the blue line for Dines. To the left side, it's Jake. Walks in, fires, save is made. Rebound off the post from Tanner Eberle. Back to the blue line for Jake. Wrist shot on the screen is blocked. Jacksonville gets it right back. Elgin Pierce, left wing corner for Fawcett and then for Jake at the left point. Cross ice and out of the zone. The wing-to-wing pass was on edge and it went over the blue line and back to center. Jacksonville skates right back in with Pierce. Fawcett's with him. Goes in deep for Eberle. Tries to tap it in front. It is loose. Where's it going to go? Willette will eventually cover it up and take the draw. 56 seconds to go on the power play for Jacksonville. And the faceoff will be in the offensive end for the Icemen. As we look at the replay of Eberle going straight from the goal line extended right towards the near side post, trying to jam it in, but Willett was able to stay strong against that post and ultimately get the draw. Icemen win this faceoff. It's Daly at the right point. Puck is on edge. He gets it away from one man, but not away from Camras. And Zach Camras will clear it the length of the pond. Watts leaving the puck for Scott Savage there. 40 seconds to go on the man advantage. Savage drops it back for Everett Clark. Clark over the blue line for Daly. Cross ice, taking it off the wall is Critchlow, or at least he tried to, but it bounced over his stick, and Florida will clear again. Watts leaving the puck behind the net dangerously for Savage, but he does get it free for Daly and then for Clark. Clark over the blue line. He is onside. Drop pass for Daly. Great move by Daly to keep it in the zone, looking for Clark. Clark looks for the trailer, takes the shot, instead is deflected high into the air. Batted away by Florida. The Everblades will clear it out. It went about, I'm guessing, maybe 25 feet high in the air, right in the slot. Nobody really saw it. Finally landed on the ice, and Florida was able to sweep it away and clear it. Teams are back at full strength, and Jacksonville is now 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Still trailing 1-0. We've got 16 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the second period of play. The Icemen with control of the puck. Travis Jake right in front of his goal. Circles the back of the cage now to get himself a little more time and space. Going wing to wing for Shapiro, then for Erickson, redirecting into the corner. Right side of Willett. Pierce takes the body, stolen by Erickson. Cross ice, it goes to Shapiro. Shot, save is made, rebound is loose. It belongs to Florida. Willett's left a couple of rebounds out there tonight, but Jacksonville has not been able to get any second opportunities. Everblades get a shot towards goal from Ganley that goes wide. Justin Kia plays it behind the net. Travis Jake is first on it. Curls away from a man, gets it out of the zone. Everblades from the red line, looking to set up Ganley. Ganley plays it over the blue line, but not much further than that. Jacksonville gets the steal. 2-on-2 for the moment. Eberle with Pierce. Third man comes in for Florida. That's Ganley to get the steal. To the left wing side for Logan Rowe. Eberle forechecks on him right at the Florida blue line. Florida still can't clear into the zone. It's tapped away. Loose puck in the neutral zone belongs to the Everblades still. Hayden Hodgson for Florida. Dropping it back for Rowe. Forehand shot, or a clearing attempt, blocked by Everett Clark. Somehow stays in play. Rowe gets it right back at his own blue line. His pass is knocked away by Jacksonville. Taken over by Travis Jake for the Icemen. Jake for Dines. Gains center ice before forehanding in. Live boards, comes right to Willett. Loses it to Rowe and then to Everett Clark, who nearly got the steal. Willett has tried to play it with his goaltender stick a couple times as Jacksonville gets a steal in the zone. Clark will tap it right back in. Seymour ahead of Tyson Fawcett. Seymour curls away from Fawcett, gets it through center ice. Redirected out of play by the Everblades. Quentin Shore tried to redirect it in, but instead it went over the glass, and a souvenir for somebody.
Don't forget the first weekend in February will be Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend, benefiting the
If you're looking on ECHL.TV, this is a great look of what the ice is going to look like in February. I'm not sure if that's the entire month or not, but they're going to have a lot of extra stuff on the ice for Pink in the Rink, supporting breast cancer. Jacksonville with a steal. Wrist shot by Pierce, deflected wide. Pierce gets it right back off the end boards. He's got Critchlow helping out, centering feed. It's Hunt with a wrister. That is deflected into the corner as well. Still in the zone, though. Critchlow knocks it free. Critchlow, far side wall. Stolen by Florida. Skated out to center ice. It's Lorentz over the blue line. Flip pass goes by everybody all the way to the near side wall. Armstrong with a wrist shot that is blocked into the corner. Pierce taps it forward, sets up Critchlow. 3-on-2, odd man rush for Jacksonville. Critchlow over the blue line for Pierce. He's got a man on his tail, but he turns around and shoots towards goal. Blocked again. Critchlow gets it back to the blue line for Savage. Back into the corner. Stolen by Florida and cleared. Florida is very sound defensively. First in the league in goals against average for Florida. 2.5 goals, not even, as the Everblades are called for offside here. Best defensive team in the league is the Florida Everblades. They're showing why tonight. Blocking a ton of shots. Passing lanes have been tough to get passes through. They're good. They're 26-6 for a reason. Stoppage in play with 13:26 to go in the second period. It's Florida 1, Jacksonville nothing. After tonight, Jacksonville has a little bit of time away. They've got a 4-game road trip before returning home on the 24th of January. When they do return home, that game on the 24th will begin a 7-game homestand for the Icemen. That's a season-long homestand. It starts with the South Carolina Stingrays on Wednesday the 24th. It ends with the South Carolina Stingrays on Saturday, February 3rd. In between, 3 games in 3 nights against the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. That's January 26, 27, and 28. And also a pair of games against the Atlanta Gladiators on Thursday, February 1st, and Friday, February 2nd. Hope you join us here at the arena, at least for a couple of those games. If not all of them. I'll be here for all of them. I expect the same out of you Icemen fans, if you can. Brendan Collier will take this draw for Jacksonville. Justin Kia on the opposite side of the dot for the Everblades. Collier will try and win it to the top of the circle where Tanner Eberle is instead of being against the glass on the far side. Puck is down. Collier tried to win it to himself. Florida wins it, however. It is McKenzie off the end boards for Kanzig. Kanzig to the left wing side. Chips it off the boards for Ganley, but it eludes him and comes back into the Jacksonville zone. Savage will rip it around the wall. It's deflected out by the Icemen. Foot race for the puck. Kanzig against Collier. Kanzig beats him by a stride. The forechecking by Collier gets the steal, however. Centering pass by Eberle is blocked. Eberle gets it right back. Avoids a man and moves it for Collier on the near side boards. Brendan Collier with Eberle helping out. Kanzig is defending for Florida. Puck goes to the blue line. A wrister by Shapiro. And a glove save is made by Willette. So the draw will come in Florida territory here with 12:47 to go in the second period. Critchlow on this face-off for Jacksonville. Tyson Fawcett on the right wing against the glass. Garrett Hunt is in the slot. Critchlow will try and win the draw back to Travis Jake. He wins it to Garrett Hunt instead. Now it goes to Jake at the right point. Wrist shot blocked behind the net. Hunt picks it right back up. Tries to center. Stuffs it towards goal. Knocked aside and into the corner. Jacksonville gets it right back. Jake wing to wing for Dines, who redirects into the corner for Hunt. Hunt has his pass deflected away. Not out of the zone yet. At the blue line, it's held in by Fawcett. We'll try again behind the Florida net. Camras tapping it free for Wesley. High into the air where it's held in by Dines for Critchlow and then for Fawcett. Back for Critchlow. Top of the circle. Slap shot is deflected into the corner. Another block shot for Florida as Travis Jake pinches in to try and hold it into the zone. Florida finally gets it out, and it's a one-on-one race. Wrist shot. Blocker save made by Watts, or I should say a pad save made by Watts. Icemen unable to clear. At the right point, it's held in by the Everblades. Logan Rowe with a wrist shot. That is blocked by Jacksonville this time. Comes to Hodgson behind the net. Around the boards for Seymour at the right point. Wrist shot in a screen, and a save is made by Austin Watts. No rebound. And the draw will come to his left with 11:42 to go in period number 2. The Icemen still trailing 1-0. Everett Clark will take this draw for Jacksonville. He's got Garrett Klotz and Elgin Pierce with him. It's Stephen McCauley for Florida. McCauley wins it. Wrist shot. Blocked in front by Klotz. Great diving effort defensively by the rangy forward for the Icemen. Clark up the wall for Pierce. Back for Clark. Tries to start the rush. Gets it for Savage. Forehanding in is deflected into the corner. Seymour first on it for the Everblades. Right in the slot, and he gives it up to Daly. Daly with a slapper. Never reached the net. Florida got a piece of another shot. Jacksonville still trying to keep it in. To the left point, it's Savage with a drive. That is out of play. I'm not even sure if that one was deflected. They'll say it was, so Another offensive zone draw here for the Icemen. Jacksonville has 8 shots on goal. I'm guessing they've had a dozen or more blocked or at least deflected by Florida defenders. Takes a lot of effort just to even get a shot on goal, and even if you do, you've got one of the best goaltenders in the league in Marty Ouellette between the pipes. Top 5 in the league in save percentage. Second in the league in goals against average, 2.15 per game. Jacksonville wins the draw. Eberle taps it into the corner for Collier. Collier gives it up to Justin Kia. Collier tries to get it right back. Kia plays it up the right side for Bulmer. Instead, it's Florida skating through the neutral zone. Bulmer with a tap in. Kyle Shapiro backhands it into the corner. Bulmer steals that clearing attempt. Collier trying to help out. Collier gets the steal for Eberle. Held in by Ganley behind the net for Bulmer. Bulmer, stick handles to the left wing circle. Turnaround shot deflected, and Lotz with a save. It was going to go over the crossbar anyway, but he didn't want to take a chance. On the redirection, Austin Lotz just reaching up high with his glove hand to make sure it's covered, and face-off will be taken into his right-hand side. Kia against Critchlow on this draw. And the Icemen control. Daly for Dines. To the left side for Garrett Hunt. Easily out of his own end. 3-man rush for now. Hunt over the blue line. Wrist shot deflected. High off the glass. It stays in play. Critchlow first on the puck behind the Florida net. Skating to it, the corner with it. Critchlow onto his forehand now. Back behind the boards for Fawcett. Fawcett on his backhand side. Taps it behind the net and around to the opposite side. Critchlow will give chase. Florida looks to clear. It's held in. Critchlow looking to tap it loose away from Armstrong, but Armstrong is strong on his stick. No pun intended there, as Florida plays it out to center ice. Bulmer, stick handles back into his own zone. Takes a hit from Hunt. Stays on his feet as Jacksonville gets a steal at center. Fawcett, another clear in. Garrett Klotz will give chase as Ouellette plays it around the glass. Elgin Pierce is first on it. Shot is blocked by Florida. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that tonight. Back out to center, driven back in by Jacksonville. Pierce moves into forecheck. A steal behind the net. Klotz with a wraparound, blocked in front, and a score! Jacksonville ties the game. Elgin Pierce gets the goal. Marty Ouellette was flat out lazy trying to cover that puck. The puck was in the crease. Very nonchalant. He tried to just curl it into his body with his goaltender stick. He never froze it. He had no idea Elgin Pierce was behind him. Pierce stepped in and jammed the backhander through the wickets, and Jacksonville has tied this game at 1. Ouellette was just flat out too slow getting that puck into his catching mitt. He didn't think he thought he had a lot more time than he did, and Elgin Pierce made him pay. 10:24 the time of the goal as Jacksonville ties things up at 1. It's Pierce's 12th of the season. Should be giving an assist to Garrett Klotz. I think that's the only assist. That's the first assist of the year for Garrett Klotz. And Jacksonville right back into the Florida zone. Brendan Collier forechecking, forcing it back behind the Florida net. Looking for the steal again is Collier. He goes to the right wing side for Hodgson. Hodgson cross ice for Camras and out to center. Everblades into the zone, but that is going to be an easy offside call against Florida. So in terms of goal scoring, this game is mirroring last night's game in Estero, Florida, when the Everblades took a 1-0 lead after 1, only to see Jacksonville equalize in the second and ultimately take the lead in the second. We don't want the trend to continue all game long because Florida then responded with 3 goals in the third period to win the game. Stoppage in play here on a TV timeout. It is 1-1 between the Icemen and the Florida Everblades. Elgin Pierce getting his 12th of the year from Garrett Klotz at 10:24 of the second. And I think Marty Ouellette is going to be talking to himself for quite a while about that one. Not that it was an easy save or anything. It was just a matter of him taking too much time to freeze the puck. He thought he had more time. He was gravely mistaken. Draw will be in the neutral zone. We are at full strength right now. There have only been 2 power plays so far tonight, and Jacksonville has had both of them. Cam Critchlow will take this draw outside his own line. Garrett Hunt and Tyson Fawcett complete the forward line. Chris Dines, Dejan Mingo are your defensemen. Florida wins and clears in. Lotz will leave the puck from Mingo. Around the wall, takes a tricky hop, but to Jacksonville's benefit, it's Garrett Hunt through the neutral zone. Leaving it for Mingo, back to Hunt. It ends up in the Jacksonville bench. Right over the head of backup goaltender Colton Finney. I'm glad that didn't hit him. That would not have been pretty. So another neutral zone face-off here. Outside the Everblade line this time. Shots on goal dead even at 9. This game is dead even at 1. Florida takes over. Seymour wing to wing for Bruce. On his forehand, drives it in. Lotz got a piece of it, tapping it back behind the net. Everblades first on the puck from there. Pass to the blue line for Kanzig. Soft shot, trickles towards Lotz. And Austin Lotz is just going to scoop it up with the catching glove and take a face-off. That is something that Lotz is prone to do. Nothing wrong with that. He's just a goaltender who prefers taking the face-offs rather than playing the puck in the crease. Collier against McCauley on this face-off. Jacksonville continues to give Florida all they can handle every time they've played this year, but they would really like a couple of points to go with it. Icemen win this draw. They skate out to center immediately. With speed is Everly trying to go wide on Armstrong. Soft shot is deflected by Armstrong. Strong defender. Plays it ahead for McCauley. Then up the right side. Florida into the zone. A drop pass is picked off by Tim Daly. That was well read there by the Jacksonville defender. Daly on his backhand side. Chips it ahead for Collier. Collier back for Daly and out through center ice. Tim Daly at the red line. Now the blue line still onside. Daly finally gives it up, and Florida clears it out to center ice. Collier right back for Jacksonville. Ahead for Erickson. Wrist shot. Score! And Jacksonville has taken the lead at 2-1. You can hear the post from here as a high slot wrister from Josh Erickson beats Marty Willett to the stick side, off the post and in. Using Armstrong as a screen. And Willett maybe out of position, I'm not sure, but that was a 50-foot wrister from long range. Willett had trouble seeing it, and Erickson with pinpoint accuracy, knocking it off the post and in, and the Icemen have their first lead of the night. It's 2-1 Jacksonville. This goal just over a minute and a half after Pierce's equalizer. Josh Erickson gets his 4th of the season. And Jacksonville moving into forecheck again. Brendan Collier and Scott Savage assist as Florida gets a shot on goal this time. Save made by Lotz. Rebound for the Icemen. It's Mingo up the right wing side. Not out of the zone yet, but Critchlow is there to help out his teammate. Feeding it for Hunt and safely out of the zone. Josh Erickson from Brendan Collier and Scott Savage at 11:57. Jacksonville leads 2-1. Florida into the slot. Ganley denied by Lotz. Rebound cleared away, but not out. Another wrist shot. Blocker saved by Lotz. That was a beauty. And it goes out of play. Face-off will be in Jacksonville territory. Remember that save from Austin Lotz to keep Jacksonville in front. You don't want to lose momentum. 2 clutch saves from Austin Lotz. The first one going down butterfly to make the save on Ganley. The second one was even more difficult, making a reaching blocker save. I believe that second shot was from Quentin Shore. Face-off is to Lotz's left, and Clark wins it cleanly for the Icemen. Getting it for Kyle Shapiro, circles the back of his cage, nearly lost an edge. Tries to drive it out of the zone. Everett Clark has to help him out. Shapiro now taps it loose to himself. Gets by Kanzig, chases after the puck. The defenseman rushes in. Seymour beats him to it by a stride, however, around the wall and out safely to center from Florida. Jacksonville clearing back in. Pierce will move into forecheck as Clark Seymour collects behind his own cage. He's got some time. Plays to the right wing side for Shore. Wing to wing we go for Hodgson. Daly defends and poke checks it away, then takes the body on Hodgson. Hodgson gets it right back, however, to the blue line for Seymour. Slap shot is blocked out to center ice. Klotz moves it ahead for Pierce. Pierce over the blue line, hit hard from behind. No call from the referee this time, and Klotz wants a piece of him. Meanwhile, it's Jacksonville with a shot that is deflected high and way out of play. And Klotz really wants a piece of Hayden Hodgson. Hodgson hit Pierce down very awkwardly. The two of them will not fight. Instead, the linesmen push them away. It's going to be a face-off in the Florida zone as this game's getting a little more physical now. Jacksonville chirping away at Hayden Hodgson as he skates towards the Everblade bench. Jacksonville leading 2-1. Brendan Collier will take this draw. Trying to, again, at least the third time tonight that I've seen Tanner Eberle at the top of the circle, hoping to get a face-off win from Collier. And hope for a quick one-timer right from the top of the circle. Nearly got it to him, but instead it's Florida beating by a half a stride, and they'll get it out to center. Lorentz over the blue line. Wrist shot. Save is made by Watts. It's trapped between his blocker and his body, so he's just going to take the face-off right there. Jacksonville with a slight margin in shots at 11-10 right now. And the slimmest of margins on the goal column as well. 2-1 Jacksonville is the lead. Erasing a 1-0 first period deficit here in the second. Goals from Elgin Pierce, his 12th, and Josh Erickson, his 4th. Florida wins the faceoff in the offensive zone. It's Lorentz, near side half wall. Turns to his forehand side, tries to go cross ice. Connects with Camras, but his shot is deflected away into the corner by Eberle. Back at the blue line, a high shot goes off the backboards, and Florida slides it in off the backboards. The goal is going to go to Steven Lorentz, and the Everblades have tied this game at 2. It was a high shot, and Austin Lotz tried to glove it over the crossbar, but he couldn't reach it, and in the process of doing that, he ended up well out of his crease. Meanwhile, the active glass here, I've talked about it a few times this year, very lively boards and glass here in Jacksonville. And it kicked off the glass right back towards the goal line. And Steven Lorentz was first on the puck. He was able to slip it into an open net with Watts out of position. Time of the goal at 14:07. For Lorentz, it is goal number 5 on the season. McKenzie and Cox will assist. And the Everblades get it back into the Jacksonville zone. Face-off will come here to the right side of Austin Lotz. Got a TV timeout here as well with 5:35 to go in the second period. So we're deadlocked once more. 2-2 is the score this time. With 5:35 remaining in the second period. It's been a very entertaining hockey game. Great crowd again here at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. There's definitely over 7,000 fans tonight. Possibly 8. We've got Blizzard helping out with some t-shirts to be thrown into the crowd if you're watching on ECHL.tv. Don't forget, the Icemen will start a 4-game road trip tomorrow afternoon. They'll hop right on the bus after the game tonight and head to Charleston, South Carolina. They'll visit the South Carolina Stingrays for a 3:05 game tomorrow. You can catch that on JacksIcemen.com. And then the road trip continues in the middle of the week. Wednesday night at Worcester. Friday night and Saturday night at Manchester. The games against Manchester are odd start times, by the way. Actually, let me make sure I've got the dates right here now that I'm looking at it. It's actually Friday night in Worcester, so my apologies. Florida gets a slap shot away. Save made by Lotz. Rebound cleared out of trouble by Critchlow. I'll reset that weekend road trip for Jacksonville at the next whistle because I had the days of the week wrong. So I'll give that to you momentarily. Meanwhile, it's Florida clearing out of their own zone. Backhand feed into the Jacksonville end. Chris Dines, Jacksonville's all-star, first on the puck. Curls to the right wing side. Angles it up the right side for Fawcett. Backhanding in is Fawcett, but Josh Wesley is first on the puck for Florida. High chip through the neutral zone, goes off a glove, back to the Everblades. They're onside. They'll play it wing to wing. Justin Kia tapping it into the corner. Elgin Pierce takes the body. Ganley gets the puck, however, to the blue line. Armstrong with a drive that is deflected all the way back to the blue line. Played behind the net by Florida. Everblades first on the puck. Shore, near side half wall. Taken off the puck by Dines, but it goes back behind the net. Battle for it there between Bulmer and Mingo. Shore helps out. Shore, where did it go? Went off the referee. Mingo backhands it ahead for Hunt. Hunt with Pierce 2-on-2, but it's the end of a shift. Hunt is just going to clear in. He'll head to the bench. Pierce stays on the ice to forecheck as the Everblades have the puck. It is Wesley. Lead pass for Hodgson. Wrist shot softly towards Lotz, who will freeze it and gladly take a draw. Okay, so this weekend for Jacksonville, it is definitely tomorrow at 3:05 at South Carolina. Their next 3 games of the road trip are over the weekend, however. They don't play again after tomorrow. They don't play again until Friday night at Worcester. Not Wednesday, but Friday night at the Worcester Railers. That's in Worcester, Massachusetts. 7:05 start time there. Saturday evening, it's Jacksonville at Manchester, 6 o'clock start time. And then Sunday the 21st at Manchester again against the Monarchs. And puck drop for that one will be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So there is your road trip for Jacksonville. The Icemen win the draw in their own zone. They clear it to center. Florida right back in, though. Hodgson steps around the man, whistles a wrist shot high and wide. Rowe takes it off the glass. Jacksonville clears it back out. Penalty coming up against Florida, and Shapiro's going after a Florida player. We're going to have a fight as there's a Jacksonville player down on the ice behind their own net. It's Hodgson against Shapiro. Shapiro stepping up in this play as Hodgson took a Jacksonville man down. It was Travis Jake who went down. Jake is back up, but he is none the worse for wear right now as Shapiro got a couple of good whacks in on Hayden Hodgson. Travis Jake is the man who is injured, and he is favoring a leg, it looks like. Definitely a lower body. And Jake, under his own power, really ginger to get back to the locker room. Tim Daly coming onto the ice to help him out. The initial penalty was to the Everblades. I'm not sure what the rest of these penalties are going to be. It's possible that Shapiro gets an extra 2 minutes for instigating. And we'll just have to wait and hear what Joe Massa has to say. Going to the locker room here is Hayden Hodgson. But with 3:46 to go in the period, that's to be expected. Shapiro went to the locker room already for Jacksonville as well. And let's look at the play behind the net on the replay. Hodgson, oh, he got a knee right in, knee-to-knee hit on Travis Jake. Look at the lower part of this hit, not the upper part. Really undercut Travis Jake there. And we'll see whether that's going to be a major penalty, minor penalty. Florida's captain, Stephen McCauley, is talking with Andrew Wilk right now. Garrett Hunt is there to listen in. 2 minutes on the board for Florida. So it is a power play for Jacksonville. I'm assuming it's a kneeing penalty, but I don't want to talk out of place. We'll just go down to our public address announcer, Joe Massa, as soon as he gets the penalties available. Hopefully not in the middle of power play time, but we'll have to wait and find out. Either way, it is a power play for Jacksonville, but just for 2 minutes, not for a 5-minute major. Garrett Klotz is now talking with Andrew Wilk. He skates away. Tyler Ganley goes into the penalty box for Florida. He's going to serve the time for Hayden Hodgson, and Jason Christie wants a word with Andrew Wilk. And I'm sure he's wondering, why is that not a major penalty? I mean, he's motioning hand to hand. This is about as animated as I've seen Jason Christie all year, to be truthful. At least with the officials. Now he wants to talk to linesman Logan Belgraf, saying, can you help out with this? Still pointing. Pretty heated conversation, it looks like there. Wilk finally skates away from Christie. It's going to stay as a minor penalty for Florida. And I'm assuming 5 minutes apiece between Shapiro and Hodgson for fighting. So the game is tied 2-2, but Jacksonville has a power play. Now it's Florida's head coach, Brad Ralph, that gets an opportunity to talk to Andrew Wilk. Jake is already back out onto the ice, or not on the ice, but on the bench. That's good news. And it's a power play for the Icemen, trying to regain the lead. Florida just tied it a few minutes ago. Jacksonville 0 for 2 on the power play thus far. This is chance number 3. They win the faceoff from the left point. Throwing it into the corner is Savage, setting up Brendan Collier. Back behind the net, Collier tries to spin away from McKenzie, looking to feed it for Everett Clark. Centering feed, unable to get the shot away was Critchlow, and Florida skates out 2-on-2 shorthanded. The Everblades had 2 shorthanded goals in the 3rd period yesterday. And the puck goes, is it in? Are they going to call that in? No, it's going to be a hand pass, gloved into the net. I don't think it went over the goal line anyway. It was right on the line behind Austin Watts. But Florida clearly gloved it in. Whether it went in or not, almost irrelevant there. That said, that was dangerous, and Florida had 2 shorthanded goals yesterday. The game tire and the empty netter was also a shorthanded goal. I think Daly swept it out of the crease anyway, or away from the goal line anyway. So still lots of time on this power play. 1:35 to go on the man advantage here. Florida wins the draw shorthanded. It's McCauley going wide on Daly. Wrist shot is deflected behind the Jacksonville net. Florida whistles it around the wall and back out to center. They're going to kill some more time. Keegan Kanzig loses it to Daly. Tries to get it into the zone, unable to do so. Jacksonville off to regroup back in their own territory. Savage curls away from Lorentz. Steven Lorentz just tied this game for Florida. Savage through center ice. Drop pass for Clark. Clark is over the blue line. Gets away from a double team, sweeps it behind the Florida net, but the Everblades are there, and they've got time, and they will clear it out. And McCauley's on the puck first as well. Daly knocks it away from him, though. I continue to be very impressed with number 4 in white for Jacksonville, Tim Daly. Acquired earlier this year from the Norfolk Admirals. Daly over the blue line for Critchlow. Tapped away and out to center by Florida. Savage will give chase for it at his own blue line. Giving it to Eberle over the line. Into Florida territory. He's tripped up. No call this time as the puck goes behind the Florida net. Jacksonville in control. Now we've got to whistle a couple of men down. I didn't see a penalty call, though. A penalty on Jacksonville they're going to call this time. Crowd doesn't like it. Maybe you can tell. But Tanner Eberle is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. And there goes Jacksonville's power play. So they're now 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Florida will have their very first power play of the night in 30 seconds. They're skating 4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. Then it will be Florida on the power play, where the Everblades are 8th in the league on the man advantage, 19.3%. Jacksonville's tied for 17th in the league at 81.8%. Puck is down. It's to the left side of Austin Lotz. Everblades control. Back to the blue line. An interception by the Icemen. It's Collier at the red line. Then to the blue for Erickson. Onside wrist shot saved by Willett. No rebound this time as Collier was driving towards the net, hoping that that puck would land right in front of him. 4-on-4 for another 14 seconds. Then it will be Jacksonville shorthanded. 1:59 to go in period number 2. Fawcett on the draw. Everblades control. They're going to try and kill a little more time before going on their first power play of the night. Logan Rowe through the neutral zone. Gets it to the Jacksonville blue line, but no further. It's picked off there. Hunt for Mingo as the Everblades are now on the power play. Mingo clears in, trying to kill a little more time. The Everblades finally take over to the left of their netminder. It's Nelson Armstrong to the right side for Brett Bulmer. Bulmer drives it around the wall. Lotz stays in his crease. Savage is first on the puck. He'll turn and fire it out. 1:09 to go on this power play for Florida as Willett leaves the puck behind his net for Lawrence. Lawrence, in turn, leaves it for Matt McKenzie, number 3 in green. McKenzie for McCauley to the Jacksonville line, forehanding in. Erickson is penalty killing there. He's first on the puck, pinning it up against the wall, knocking it loose behind the net. Savage can't quite clear. Lawrence holds it in. Back behind the net for McCauley. McCauley looks to center, goes to Lawrence, but it jumps off of his stick and comes out to the neutral zone. Final minute of play in period number 2 here. Jacksonville looks for the steal at center ice. They get it. It's Critchlow ahead with Erickson and Savage. Shorthanded. Savage shot towards goal. Save is made. Rebound. Score! It's a shorty for Jacksonville, and the Icemen have regained the lead. It's 3-2. I believe it's going to be Cam Critchlow's goal. It was right in tight. Critchlow got a piece of it on the initial redirect, and I believe tapped it in on the forehand after that. It is definitely Cam Critchlow's goal. He got 2 whacks at it. First on the deflection, and then on the rebound, he was able to poke it through the legs of Willett. And Jacksonville, shorthanded, takes the lead with 41.8 seconds to go. This goal is going to come at 19 minutes, 18 seconds of the second period. Cam Critchlow, give him credit for his 9th of the season. It is shorthanded. Savage will get 1 assist. We'll see if there's another assist, possibly Josh Erickson on the assist, not sure about that one. But Savage fed it in front to Critchlow. His second crack at it, finally got it over the goal line and in. And Jacksonville shorthanded in the final minute. That's some big time momentum. They just need to kill the final 40 seconds here. Actually, even less than that. There's only 18 seconds left on the power play. Everblades out of their own end. It's McCauley for Cox. Cox wristed around the wall. Down to 24 seconds to go in the period. 6 seconds to go on the power play for the Everblades. Lawrence still in the offensive zone. Gives it up behind the net for Mingo, who wristed around the wall and out to center. 11 seconds to go in the period. Florida deep in their own zone. Eberle with some mild forechecking. 5 seconds to go in the period. Lawrence through center ice. Ridden off the puck by Clark. It rolls in on Lotz as time expires. And Jacksonville with a final minute shorthanded goal from Cameron Critchlow. They will go into the locker room with a 3-2 lead. All 3 of their goals in the second period. Shots on goal in that second period. Jacksonville had 7, just as they did in the first. They have a 2-period total of 14. Florida had 10 shots in that period. They have a 2-period total of 16. But where it counts, it's the Icemen on top by 1. 3-2 is your score. We'll come back with about 5 minutes remaining in the intermission. Go through all the scoring in this particular game. And again, go through the ECHL out-of-town scoreboard. Back in a moment on JacksIcemen.com and ECHL.tv.
Sweetheart, for the last 4 years, we've gone through so much good, a little bit of bad, but I would love to go through the next 100 years with you. Would you please be my wife?
Of course.
Fans, how about a big round of applause for Jenny and Rick?
We are back at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson with you on JacksIcemen.com and ECHL.tv. We've got a great one going tonight here in Jacksonville as the Icemen have a 3-2 lead over the first place Florida Everblades. Jacksonville getting all of their goals in the second period there, all three of them. Florida had a 1-0 lead after one period. That's of note for tonight because Florida, when leading after one period of play, is perfect this year. 12 wins, 0 losses, 0 overtime losses, 0 shootout losses. A perfect 12 for 12 when leading after one. Tonight, 1-0 lead, but now trailing. So let's see what the third period does. See if the Icemen can be the first team to knock Florida from, at least give them their first loss in that particular statistic. Florida, in fact, I mentioned this during the first period. When the Everblades are leading or tied after one period of play, they're 21-1-1. So that's what Jacksonville had against them as they went into the second period down a goal. But the Icemen, midway through the period, finally get their first goal of the game. Elgin Pierce made it 1-1 with his 12th goal of the year. Garrett Klotz, his first assist as a member of the Icemen. Just over a minute and a half later, it was Josh Erickson getting his 4th goal of the season at 11:57. Brendan Collier and Scott Savage will assist on that goal. That gave Jacksonville their first lead at 2-1. Florida, however, would respond. A goal from Steven Lorentz at 14:07 makes it a 2-2 hockey game. And the Everblades were on a power play in the final minute of the second period, looking to take the lead back. But instead it was Jacksonville. They get a steal at center ice. A feed from Scott Savage to Cam Critchlow. His redirection was initially saved, but he was able to jam the rebound through the pads of Marty Willett, and Cam Critchlow gets a shorthanded goal at 19:18 of the second period. Critchlow's 9th of the year, the only assist to Savage, and that put the Icemen on top. Since then, Jacksonville has killed that penalty off, so teams will begin the third period at full strength. Other scores around the ECHL from the South Division. It's the South Carolina Stingrays. Looks like it's gone final now, and they have lost at home to the Orlando Solar Bears. A bit of an upset there, as Orlando has a 2-1 lead. It appears that it's a 2-1 win at South Carolina, just waiting for that game to go official. It is all Gladiators tonight in Atlanta. The Atlanta Gladiators a 6-1 lead over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Greenville is a tough team for me to figure out. They are on fire or they are awful, it seems like, from any given game, and it's just hard to really tell what team you're going to get out of the Swamp Rabbits sometimes. But it is not a good night for Greenville tonight. Atlanta is definitely going to win that game. There's still about 3 minutes to go in that contest, but it's all Gladiators in that one. Finally, the closing seconds of the third period. The Norfolk Admirals are in Wheeling, West Virginia. They had a 2-1 lead, but not anymore. It's Wheeling on top, 4-2, and that game is about to go final. So it is Norfolk with a regulation loss there. That helps Jacksonville. If the Icemen can find a way to hold on to this win against Florida, which is no easy task, I might add, Jacksonville would then move within 4 points of the Admirals in the standings, trying to get into 6th place in the South Division. Jacksonville also has a game in hand on Norfolk. Unfortunately for them, both Orlando and Atlanta both winning tonight. So those two teams will both move to 39 points respectively. In fact, now that I'm looking at the standings, with Orlando winning and with Atlanta winning, they both move into what is now a 3-way tie for third place in the South Division with Greenville. So the Greenville Swamp Rabbits at 18-17, 2-1 with their loss tonight, 39 points. Atlanta now 18-19, 1-2, also 39 points. And Orlando 17-17, 4-1, also 39 points. One of those teams at least is going to be left out of the playoffs, if not more. That's if Norfolk or Jacksonville can find a way to catch them with a tremendous second half of the season. Speaking of the second half, tonight's game is the exact midway point of the ECHL regular season for Jacksonville. This is game number 36 out of 72. That doesn't mean too much other than it being the halfway point in the All-Star game coming up on Monday. But it does mean something from a fashion standpoint. This is the final game that the Icemen will wear their white jerseys at home, at least their regular white jerseys at home. When Jacksonville returns here on the 24th against South Carolina, Jacksonville will then be in their home black jerseys. So that's what we have to look forward to when we return home on the 24th of January. Both teams getting ready to go for the third period. The Icemen lead 3-2. Puck is down. It is Florida controlling at center ice. They will slap it around the wall. Chris Dines redirects it right back out to center. Florida into the zone, left wing side. Lawrence tries to get away from Mingo. McCauley plays it around the end boards all the way to the near side boards. McKenzie steps in to hold it in the zone. Cox plays it back behind the net for McCauley. Good pressure here from Florida in the opening shift. Centering pass, blocked in front. Save made by Lotz on Lawrence. Held in by McCauley. Wrist shot, stick save by Lotz, and the rebound is out of play. Caught that shot in traffic, but he was able to lash that goaltender stick out and redirect it out of play. So a good push there from Florida in the opening shift, but Austin Lotz making not one but two saves there to keep the Icemen on top. Very curious to see how Jacksonville plays in this particular third period. They led by a goal at Florida last night, but let the lead slip away, allowing the first place Everblades 3 goals in that period. And here's Florida again with a shot right through the crease. It went right through to the opposite boards. Shot towards goal, deflected wide by Jacksonville. Pierce lets it go for Collier. For Pierce again, who gets it to center ice for Eberle. Eberle turns up ice and forehands in. To complete my thought, what I want to see out of Jacksonville tonight is to not defend the lead. I want to see them play to win in this game. When they beat the Greenville Swamp Rabbits here on Wednesday evening, they played maybe their best third period of the season. Did not allow Greenville anything. Here's Florida the other direction. Snapshot save is made by Watts, and he pokes it into his own net. It was behind him, and he tried to reach around to freeze the puck. Instead, he poked it into the net, and Florida has tied this game. It just took 1:16. That wrist shot went through Austin Watson as he reached to try and freeze the puck. Instead, he tapped it over the goal line. And Florida ties this game at the 1:16 mark of the third period. That's just a killer right there. Wait to see who gets the credit for the goal. It's going to be Brett Bulmer's goal. For Bulmer, his 7th of the season. Ganley and McKenzie will assist. So we're back to even. We've been tied at 1, 2, and now 3 tonight. Florida with the puck in their own territory. Garrett Klotz peels away on his forecheck as Nelson Armstrong accelerates through center ice, shifts away from a man. He's over the blue line. Going wide on Jake. Behind the Jacksonville net now is Armstrong. Playing it to the blue line. A one-timer save made, rebound, score. And Florida now has the lead. It's Quentin Shore getting the goal. After his hat trick yesterday, Quentin Shore adds another one here in the third period. This goal is at 1:58, so 2 goals less than a minute apart, and Florida goes from 1 goal down to 1 goal up. It's 4-3 Everblades. Lotz made the initial save on the one-timer, but the rebound went right to Shore, who just drove it into a wide-open net. 8th goal of the year for Shore. Josh Wesley will get 1 assist. Nelson Armstrong also getting an assist. And Florida right back into the Jacksonville end. Fawcett tries to chop it out. Can't get it away from Kanzig. Clark will play it around the wall. Cox holds it in. He'll try the far side boards. Kanzig holds in. Shot is blocked in front. Fawcett taps it away from Mingo. Off the boards, not out yet. A one-timer save is made by Watts. Rebound is covered. It was out there. Joe Cox tried to get the rebound, but it just stayed right in front of Austin Lotz, who finally covers the puck. So it's been all Everblades here in this third period. Talked about how Jacksonville would play in this third period, and this is not what I had in mind. Now they've got to be the ones to try and respond and even this score. Jacksonville wins the draw, but an immediate steal by Florida. Centering pass. Ganley pokes it into the corner on the backhand. Brendan Collier plays it up the near side. Eberle lets it go. No icing here as it goes behind the Florida net, or actually to the right of their net. Willette plays it himself for Camras to the left side. Justin Kia gets it to center ice. Man is down, penalty coming up, and it's a power play for the Everblades. Chris Dines is going to the box as he took Brett Bulmer down. Tripping is the call against Dines. So in the opening 3 minutes of this third period, we have 2 Florida goals and a power play now. Second power play of the night for the Everblades. And Jacksonville has to make sure that they can stay mentally strong in this situation. They've got to make sure they just move on to the next shift, win the next shift, win this penalty kill. Everett Clark taking this draw, penalty killing with Garrett Hunt. Florida wins the draw, however. It's McKenzie for Shore. Top of the left circle is Shore. Back to the blue line for McKenzie. Winds and fires. It is deflected just wide. Comes off the boards for Lawrence. Feeding it for Joe Cox. Cox at the right point. To the near side glass for Lawrence. Savage defends on him. Cross ice we go. McKenzie fakes the shot. Goes to Shore instead. Shore for Cox. Loses it to Jacksonville. It belongs to Dejan Mingo on his backhand. He'll play it off the boards and out to center ice. Quentin Shore right back in with the help of Joe Cox. They're over the blue line. Mingo takes the body on Cox, tries to take the puck. Mingo falls down on the puck. He wants a face-off. We'll see if he gets it. He doesn't want to get up. Florida finally gets it away, but it goes out of the zone. Tough pass to handle as Mingo finally gets up down in the corner. Well, minute 6 to go on the man advantage for Florida. Critchlow, who already has a shorthanded goal tonight, tried to get another steal at the Florida line. Savage breaks a play up, gets it ahead for Fawcett, then for Critchlow. Critchlow over the blue line, moving on Armstrong, cuts to the inside. Backhander goes wide, and then Critchlow gets taken down off the puck. Florida gets control. Tape-to-tape pass for Armstrong into the zone. He's got Shore with him, takes a hit from Fawcett. Fawcett now chops it out to center ice. And we're going to have an offside call against Florida. Could be an intentional offside against Justin Kia. 37 seconds remain on this power play for the Everblades. On this whistle, Kyle Shapiro steps out of the penalty box. His 5-minute major is over from his fight. And it is an intentional offside against Florida, so the draw will be in the Everblade zone. Collier will take this draw for Jacksonville. Kia for Florida. Collier wins it. It goes to the blue line for Savage. Slap shot off the boards. Collier tries to get it off the end boards, taps it a little further behind the net. Florida finally takes possession. They have 24 seconds remaining on this man advantage. Armstrong slowly out of his zone, right up the middle. Long pass up the right side. Camras will backhand in. Lotz will block it behind the net for Erickson, who turns and fires it out immediately. Collier gives chase. He's going to force Willette to play it himself. Willette loses it to Collier behind the net. Wraparound. Save made by Willette. Again, careless playing the puck is Marty Willette as teams return to full strength. Out of the box is Chris Dines. He gets a steal, and he'll tap it into the zone. So Florida 0 for 2 on the power play tonight as Jacksonville forechecks behind the Florida net. Let's see how Jacksonville plays offensively now that they are down by 1. Florida backhands behind the Jacksonville cage. Lotz backhands it around the wall for Elgin Pierce. Pierce waits for a forechecker to go by, then feeds for Klotz. Klotz is over the blue line. Wrist shot is deflected out of the zone. Back into the Jacksonville end, Dejan Mingo for the Icemen. Off the end boards for Kyle Shapiro. Lead pass for Klotz. Can't handle it. Florida takes over in the neutral zone. Over the blue line for the Everblades. Wrist shot on goal. Save made by Lotz. Rebound save made. Third attempt. Goes over the crossbar. Man, that was dangerous. And Klotz has lost his blocker on the play. Finally gets a whistle from Andrew Wilk. Klotz had his bare right hand up in the air as if he was asking a second-grade teacher a question. Finally, Wilk blows the whistle as that puck was dangerously close to going into the net. Watts had to make 3 saves there. They show Florida with only 5 shots on goal there currently. It seems like it's a lot more than that already. Jacksonville wins this draw. Jake throws it high into the air. Fawcett first on the puck in the Florida end. It is onside. Taking the body is Garrett Hunt. I'd love to see some energy from Hunt here. He's the kind of guy you want on the ice right now as Jacksonville gets it in the zone. Jake with a wrister. Glove save made by Willette. He'll take the draw to his right side. We'll take a TV timeout here with 13:46 to go in the third. Jacksonville trails by 1. It's 4-3 Everblades. Seesaw game. Jacksonville trailed 1-0, then led 2-1, then led 3-2. Now trail again, 4-3. So with 13:46 to go, we'll see what the Icemen can do here, trying to regain their composure after a very rough start to this third period. Jacksonville really got blitzed with 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of this final period, going from a 1-goal lead to a 1-goal deficit. Similar to what happened in last night's game. A 1-goal lead to a 1-goal deficit in that one too. They're showing Chris Dines on the Jumbotron right now, honoring him for his All-Star appearance. Faceoff will be in the Everblades zone. Cam Critchlow will try and win the faceoff back to Travis Jake. And he does exactly that. Jake at the left point. Just tosses it behind the net. Hunt tries to get it away from Kanzig. Takes the body on him. Hunt gets taken down by Kanzig. Falls down on the puck. Tries to get back up. Now it's Critchlow who falls down. Florida has 2 guys standing. Jacksonville has 2 guys sitting on the seat of their pants. Everblades finally turn and fire it off the short glass and out. It goes back to the Jacksonville line. Chris Dines in control there for Fawcett. Then for Critchlow. Trying to forehand into the zone, but it went off the linesman. That allows the Everblades to get it back at center ice. Joe Cox will clear in this time. Shapiro doing battle with Lawrence. Into the corner, right side of Austin Lotz. Still a scramble for it. Lawrence pokes it away, but it's swept it back behind the net by Savage. Playing it into an open corner. Florida is there. Right through the crease it goes. Nobody there to redirect it home for the Everblades. McCauley to the blue line. Slapshot is blocked by Fawcett. Skates 2-on-2 with Collier. Shapiro trying to step up for a third man in. Fawcett goes to Collier. Then to Savage helping out. Collier from a sharp angle. His shot is blocked. Trying to keep it in is Collier. Turns to the blue line. Savage knocks it over the glass and out of play. It deflected off a Florida player and out of play. So it'll be an offensive zone draw here for the Icemen. Still plenty of time to go with a tremendous crowd on hand here tonight. Definitely looks to be 7,000 plus. Puck is down. Jacksonville keeps it in the zone. Playing it behind the net was Travis Jake, but Florida gets it to the center ice from there. Mingo drives it to an open wing, and the Everblades are first on that puck as well. Ganley has had a strong game for the Everblades. Behind the net, centering pass all alone. It goes off the post from Justin Kia. So Jacksonville somehow stays ahead just by 1 as Justin Kia was all alone in the slot. It's possible that Austin Lotz got his left skate on it as well. If he did, that was a remarkable save. Back through center ice. Ganley will forehand in. Mingo first on the puck for the Icemen. Dejan Mingo through center ice. Crowd wants a penalty call as Mingo whips it around the wall. Pierce first on the puck. Behind the Florida net, but the Everblades are there first. Armstrong off glass and out. Could be icing. It is icing. So into the Everblades zone we'll go with this draw. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Jacksonville. Clark, Klotz, and Pierce are your forwards. Chris Dines and Scott Savage at the blue line. And puck is down. Pierce eventually gets it on his backhand, but he couldn't get it in shooting position. Florida takes it away from him. Up the far side boards, Chris Dines practically jumps on a guy to try and keep the play pinned up along the wall. Klotz lost a stick, so he's going to head to the bench instead as Jacksonville puts it right through the crease. Savage with a wrist shot. That is blocked in front by the Everblades. I've said that a lot tonight. Everett Clark keeps it in to the corner. Florida's first on it there, however. Playing it behind the net for Josh Wesley. Clark waiting right at the top of the crease to see which way Wesley goes. Wesley chooses the left wing side. Armstrong ahead for Hodgson. Broken up by Jacksonville. Held in by Clark with Pierce's help. Clark, cross ice for Savage in the slot. Steps around the man. Shot towards goal is wide. Clark gets it back. Everett Clark to the blue line for Dines. Cross ice for Savage. Shot blocker save this time by Willett. Rebound for Garrett Hunt. Hunt turns to his forehand, plays it behind the net for Pierce. Pierce centering pass knocked away by the Everblades. Hunt gets it back. Pass is deflected away, and Florida will skate out with it. It's Hodgson through center ice. Dines defending. Hodgson gets around him, turns to his forehand side, gets away from another man. Finally hit down on the play by Hunt, with Everett Clark helping out with the hit too. And the play goes to the neutral zone. Camras driven into the wall by Savage. Plays it for Fawcett. Savage tries to kick it ahead. Just inside the Jacksonville line right now. 2-on-2 battle along the wall. And the Icemen eventually slide it out to the Florida line. It's 4-3 Everblades, now just past the midway point of this third period. And an icing call here against the Everblades. 9:54 remaining in the third. It's the Everblades now holding on to a 1-goal lead. Critchlow, Fawcett, and Klotz are your forwards. At the blue line, it's Travis Jake and Kyle Shapiro. And Critchlow wins it. Jake for Shapiro. Wrist shot deflected towards goal. Willett may have gotten a piece of it with the right pad. It goes around to the opposite wing. Critchlow towards the blue line, but it was anticipated by Lawrence, who gets the steal and dump into the Jacksonville zone. Shapiro backhands it around the wall. Open man there is Garrett Klotz. Redirects it for Critchlow. From center ice, a forehand in. Fawcett gives chase. Taking Camras into the wall. Now it's Klotz with a crunching body check on McCauley, but Florida gets the puck. They've got a 3-man attack. Cox at the blue line for Ganley behind the Jacksonville net. Mingo pokes it free for Savage. At the blue line, Florida holds it in. Shot towards goal, steered aside by Watts. Mingo plays it up the far side boards. Everblades control to the blue line. Held in by Seymour for Bulmer. Shot towards goal, deflects wide of the net. Savage skates away from Ganley. Tries to get away from McCauley as well. Collier on his backhand. Tapped away by one man. Finally, the Icemen get it out of the zone. 8:51 to go in the third period of a 4-3 hockey game. Jacksonville steals at the line. Lead pass for Collier. Over the blue line. Can he set up Eberle? Not quite. Seymour beats him to it. Eberle takes the body. Erickson looks for the steal. Willett will get it and freeze it. And sticks her up high here as Kia wants a piece of Tanner Eberle. Sticks stay up high, but the gloves stay on. Not sure if we'll have any penalties or not here with 8:37 to go in the third period. The Icemen down by 1. They led by 1 going into this third period. They trailed by 1 going into the second period. So another timeout on the ice here. Jacksonville looking for some offensive pressure here at home, hoping that the crowd can help them out. They'd really like a push from this Veterans Memorial Arena crowd. Jason Christie has the whiteboard out. As the Icemen do not want this game to slip away. They've played well tonight. They're being outshot 25-18 at the moment, but they've as they have all season. They've been there step for step with the Everblades. Every single game with them has been a one-goal game in the final 10 minutes. Every single one, including tonight. That's 7 of them. But they have won none of them. And that's about the difference this year for the Icemen. Very young team. They've had as many as 14 rookies on the roster. Don't know offhand how many it is right at this moment, but I would guess it's in the ballpark of 12 or 13 rookies right now. Florida, the experienced team, big team. They know how to win. They've got continuity. But Jacksonville plays as tough and physical and grinding a game as you can get as Jacksonville looks for the steal in the Florida zone. Wesley, however, pokes it away, gets it back to the Jacksonville line. Icemen in control from there. To the right of his goaltender is Dejan Mingo, goes cross ice for Chris Dines. Dines looking for Eberle. Gains the blue line but does not get the pass to connect. Florida clears right back out. This is going to be icing waved off here as Justin Kia beat everybody to the puck. Mingo tries to backhand it around the wall. Kia on his backhand slides it right through the slot. Taking it off the boards is Rowe. Rowe towards Brett Bulmer. He'll skate to the blue line and keep it in. To the right point, it's Wesley with a bomb. Blocked in front. Rebound for Florida. Rowe at the top of the left circle. Cross ice for Wesley. Slap shot is deflected wide. Mingo takes it in the corner. He's got a little time here. Backhands it high into the air. Wesley jumps up into the air to block the puck. And the Icemen get it back at center ice. It's Eberle for Critchlow just onto the ice. 1-on-3, but he keeps the puck. Great work by Critchlow. Sharp angle shot. I think that went off the post from a near impossible angle. And Florida will clear it out. This is going to be icing as Garrett Hunt is the man who goes back for the indirect touch-up, we'll say. You don't have to physically touch the puck anymore. So we'll just call it an indirect touch-up there. Down to 7:18 to go in the third period. The Icemen still trailing by 1. Critchlow will try and win this draw back to Scott Savage. Of note here for Jacksonville, have not seen Tim Daly on the ice in quite a while for Jacksonville. He would normally be on the ice quite a bit here in this third period. As the linesman gets hit by Jacksonville's dump-in attempt, Florida ultimately gets it to center ice. Playing it a little further into the Icemen zone now as Travis Jake is first on the puck. Turns away from Hodgson. Moves it up the near side wall for Garrett Hunt at the blue line. Florida steals and holds it in. Nice body check by Critchlow. Jacksonville can't clear again, though. McKenzie at the right point. Stick handles to the center point. Wrist shot goes wide. Klotz tries to freeze it. Unable to do so, but Jacksonville still has possession. Scott Savage, lead pass for Fawcett. Chip and chase for Tyson Fawcett as Jacksonville completes a line change. Not sure what happened to Tim Daly, but we have not seen him, I believe, all period long. And that's a guy that Jacksonville could really use out there. Austin Lotz taps it behind the net for Chris Dines. Dines in the right wing corner to the right of his netminder. Skates behind his net now and stops right there. Waiting for a line change. Long lead pass. Tape to Elgin Pierce. Over the blue line is Elgin Pierce. Pierce has a goal tonight for Jacksonville. Stick handles away from McCauley. Stolen now by McCauley. Back out to center ice. And the Icemen get it at their own blue. Less than 6 minutes to go in the game. Jacksonville 2-on-1. Clark with Klotz. Klotz, forehand, denied. Willett with the save with the pads. Best chance of the night as Garrett Klotz tried to tie this game. This crowd would have been on their feet without a doubt for that one. Watching the big 6'6" fella try and tie the game in the third period. But Willett standing tall with the save, and it stays 4-3. Jacksonville through center ice. It's Klotz again leading the charge. Long slap shot is deflected over the glass and out of play. 5:27 to go. Jacksonville had a 2-on-1 develop just inside the Florida blue line. Clark fed Klotz, who walked in all alone. But Willett keeping the pads in tight. I think Klotz tried to go 5-hole and could not find the opening. Final TV timeout here. And the Icemen will try and equalize late and hopefully send this one to overtime. Jason Christie again has his guys around him. Looking on with him are Brendan Collier. I see Travis Jake and Dejan Mingo. They may be the ones on the defensive pairing. This faceoff will be in the Florida zone when we resume play. Josh Erickson is on the ice too for Jacksonville, at least standing on the ice, getting instruction from Jason Christie. The Icemen still without one of their assistant coaches. Mark Hardy still not with the team at the moment. Max Markowitz still is. And we want to wish Harpo our best. Hope all is well with him. I'm going to guess that he's listening. Hopefully he is. Hopefully we'll have a win for you to listen to here in dramatic fashion here, Mark. Offensive zone draw for Jacksonville. Collier will try and win it to the top of the circle where Dejan Mingo is this time, but the Everblades control. Towards the blue line, Mingo holds in for the moment. Second crack at it for the Everblades, however, and they do slide it out. Travis Jake first on the puck for Jacksonville. Off the glass for Erickson. Continues it in. Jake, the defenseman, is first on the puck in deep. Jake taken down on the play, reels it in, gets it free for Eberle. In the slot, wrist shot is deflected towards goal. It goes behind the net. Collier with it there. Tries to center, knocked away and into the corner by the Everblades. Eberle tries to take the body, but Florida gets the puck, and they've got a 2-on-2 for the moment out of the zone. Kia over the blue line, defending is Jake. He's been playing much better hockey of late for the Icemen. Near side boards. Ganley taken off the puck by Jake again. Jake has some time. The Everblades get a line change on the fly. Jacksonville does the same. Travis Jake still in possession. Nobody near him. Long lead pass deflected into the zone by Hunt, so no icing here. Florida first on it, however. It's Logan Rowe behind his net. Hunt waits between the hash marks. Rowe is just standing there with 4:19 to go in the third period. The Icemen trailing 4-3. Now it's Wesley to the left side for Rowe. Back for Wesley. Cleanly out for Quentin Shore, who will clear it in cross ice. Shapiro takes it for the Icemen. On his backhand, left wing side. Off the dasher and out to center. Shapiro tries to kick it free for Critchlow to the blue line. That's it, though. Florida gets the steal. Jacksonville getting it back inside their own zone. Fawcett with Shore right on top of him. Fawcett just ties him up. That allows Critchlow to take over, circling the back of his net. 3:41 to go in the third. Critchlow pitchforks it high into the air and back to the Florida line. Bouncing puck there. Everblades get it out and now still have the puck. Shore tapping it back into his own end. It's Rowe for Shore. Quentin Shore has the go-ahead goal in this game right now, scoring early in this third period to put the Everblades on top 4-3. Jacksonville with a steal. Dines ahead for Elgin Pierce over the blue line on the right wing side. Down to 3:14 to go in the third period. Florida taking it back behind their own net. It's Camras. Stick handling away from Pierce. Long lead pass for McCauley. To the left side, it's Lorentz with a high toss into the zone. Chopped out by Chris Dines. The Everblades giving chase. McCauley with Pierce right on top of him. Pierce nearly got the steal. Might have walked in alone if he had picked him cleanly. Instead, it's Florida driving it back in. Collier circles the back of his net for the Icemen. Shifts away from Lorentz. Picking up speed through center ice. Collier, wrist shot, glove save made by Willett. No rebound, and a face-off will be in the Florida end with 2:36 to go. Here's your attendance. 8,041 is your attendance tonight. What a crowd this evening, but they want to go home happy. They want a late goal here from Jacksonville, and at minimum get this game sent to OT. Timeout is called here by the Icemen. We'll take it with them here and try and set things up for Jacksonville. Crowd up on their feet right now. This place is going to explode if Jacksonville can tie this hockey game late. Jason Christie again with the whiteboard. They've got the miracle speech going right now, at least a small part of it. Trying to get this crowd ready to roll. It's tough to score on the Everblades. They're the #1 team in the ECHL in goals against average as a team. They allow less than 2.5 goals a game. They've already allowed 3 tonight. Can the Icemen get a 4th and send this game to overtime? We'll see if Austin Lott stays on the bench here as well. There's a lot of time left, but Austin Lotz is going to be on the bench. So Jacksonville really gambling here right now. 6 skaters on the ice with 2:36 to go in the game. Down by 1. And Florida has an empty net to shoot at, but Jacksonville right now is just worried about trying to tie this game. 6-on-5 on the ice. Face-off is to the left of Willette. Icemen control it. Mingo pinches in, centering pass, knocked free and cleared by Florida. This will not be icing. It was deflected by Jacksonville. It's well wide of the net, and the Icemen have the puck. Travis Jake plays it around the end boards for Collier. 2:18 to go in the third period. Collier, stick handles away from Bulmer. Feeds to Critchlow. Collier again through center ice. Over the blue line, it's Eberle. Looking to go wide on Armstrong, and he beats him into the corner. Eberle around the boards to the blue line for Mingo. Right point. Mingo stepping around Bulmer. Shot towards goal, blocked in front. Not cleared yet. Near side, Shore does get it out to the Jacksonville line. 1:53 to go in the third period. The Icemen trail by 1. Garrett Hunt is over the blue line on the left wing. Playing it behind the net. Armstrong drives it right back out. Will this one be called icing? Yes. And I think Jacksonville really got a beneficial call there from the linesman. I don't know if that one had to be called icing, but it was. 1:40 on the clock. Jacksonville looking to tie this game. 4 forwards on the ice for Jacksonville. Everett Clark will take the draw. Elgin Pierce is at the top of the circle. The other forwards are Garrett Hunt and Tyson Fawcett. It's Chris Dines and Scott Savage at the point. Draws to Marty Willette's left, and Clark wins it. Florida steals it immediately, though, short towards the empty net and score. From about 160 feet away, Florida rifled it into an open net. And for the second straight night, Florida gets an empty net goal to take a 2-goal lead. And for the second straight night, Jacksonville takes a 1-goal lead into the third period, only to give up 3 unanswered goals. Eerily similar to yesterday's game. The goal is going to go to Matt McKenzie. It's his 2nd of the season. Time of the goal at 18:25. So Austin Lotz is back in net for Jacksonville as Garrett Hunt has the puck at his own line, leaving it for Savage, then for Hunt again. Hunt with a wrister. Glove save is made by Willette. No rebound. Quentin Shore will assist. Justin Kia will as well. So Quentin Shore, coming off his hat trick last night, gets another goal and an assist tonight. Man, this game is almost a mirror image of last night's contest. 1:21 to go. Face-off is to the right of Florida netminder Marty Willette. Everblades win it. Going towards another empty net. This time it's just wide, and it's going to be icing against the Everblades. So Austin Lott's back on the bench. As the Icemen will look to try and score and close the gap to within 1. They'll need to do so very shortly. Draws to Willette's left. Critchlow on the face-off. And Critchlow is going to get waved out. Eberle will take it instead. Eberle a left-handed shot, so Kyle Shapiro will step in here. Florida wins the face-off, driving it off the glass and out. Shapiro gives chase. He's got a man right on his tail behind his own net. Shapiro skates away from Cox. Right up the middle of Shapiro. The pass goes to the left for Critchlow. He'll forehand in now in the final minute of play. Jacksonville trailing 5-3. Eberle gets a steal behind the Florida net, but Florida gets it right back. They'll backhand off the glass. Shapiro at the point holds it in. Florida with another crack at it. Cox on his forehand. Moves it to center ice. Travis Jake right back in to Eberle. Over the blue line is Eberle. Into the slot. Slap shot goes over the crossbar. Comes to the left point for Everett Clark just onto the ice. A wrist shot and a screen deflected wide. Jake holds it in for Eberle. Eberle looks to center. Throws it in front. Deflected out of play. It went off the netting. With 22.6 seconds to go, that may have gone off the referee and out of play. But another gutty effort here from Jacksonville that does not produce the results that they want. Draw to the left side of Marty Ouellette. Everett Clark on this face-off. He does win it. Fawcett to the blue line from Mingo. Slap shot goes wide. Dines pinches in. Shot towards goal. Deflected. Fawcett with a forehand. That was blocked by Florida. Man, they've blocked a ton of shots tonight. Down to 10 seconds to go in the game. Plays to the left of the goaltender. Garrett Hunt pries it loose. Sharp angle shot goes right through the crease. Nobody there. Dines with a wrist shot. Blocked in front. Fawcett with a forehand. Blocked in front. And this game has come to a close. And the Florida Everblades have erased a third period deficit for the second straight night and defeated the Jacksonville Icemen. Final score is 5-3 this evening. Jacksonville falls to 10-21, 3-2 on the year. Florida with the victory. Now 27 wins, only 6 losses, 1 overtime loss, 2 shootout losses for the Everblades. And a frustrating end to this game after Jacksonville had played so well moving into this third period. That's our final broadcast for a little while. We'll be back with you on the 24th of January. Jacksonville will start a 7-game homestand on Wednesday, January 24th. That's a Wednesday night when they will host the South Carolina Stingrays. Don't forget to check the Icemen out on the road as well. 4-game road trip starts tomorrow at 3 o'clock against the South Carolina Stingrays as well. For now, this is Arlie Johnson saying good night as the Icemen fall this evening by a final count of 5-3 to the Florida Everblades. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and go Jags.